Woo! Hello. Welcome to the accountability call. It's Founders Day.
Happy Founders Day, Soror.
Happy Founders Day. It's J13. I almost forgot it was Founders Day because I was in hair weekend all weekend with my children. I mean, literally from Friday night until 10 p.m. yesterday, we were doing hair at my house. Okay. I woke up this morning like, barely making it. One of my good friends, Tia, sent me a message telling me Happy Founders Day. I said, oh, there's a 13th lady, girl. Let me get my Delta Gear. Wait, now what you don't see is.
Oh, I saw the earrings.
Y'all see that 33 right there?
Come
That's
on,
my
33.
number. Okay, that's my number. Okay.
Oh, wait.
33 Apple Gamma 03 Spring up in here. Yes,
Sweet.
Keeper of the Flame.
Sweet
We have
16.
El Prez on here. Yes. We are here to hold each other accountable for the things that we have to do, don't want to do, gotta do. Listen, okay? Yes. How y'all doing on this good Monday morning? We are flying into January. Flying. Okay.
I'm feeling good. I ain't got no complaints today. If I did, who wants to hear that? So don't
Right.
Yep. I feel exactly the same way.
Let me tell y'all. I'm like, woo. Hair weekend always takes me out, but I'm ready for the week. I ran my kids through this house this morning to get their behinds out of here because I was like, honey, I got stuff to do. They was tired. I was like, be tired at school. Okay. At school. All right. So now last week we switched up the way we do the accountability call, and we're going to keep that thing rolling this week. So our theme for the week is how to set realistic weekly goals. We're going to get into that, but let's talk about what we learned last week. Did we learn anything? Did anything stand out to us? I forget when I talked to Z about this. Yeah, it was after we had accountability call, so I'm gonna call that out. The thing I learned last week was don't try to do anything, just follow instructions. Okay, like I was listening to a video by Joe Dispenza, and he was talking about how Joe Dispenza is a coach, but he's also a man who basically broke his back and was able to heal himself through his mind, right? And so he helps people heal themselves through their mind, through meditation, through affirmations, all the things. So he was in the video, he was talking about how meditation is just a matter of having awareness. And he was like, there are people who will come to his seminars and have never meditated before in their life. And he was like, they're able to heal themselves immediately. They're able to see results immediately because they're not trying to do anything. They're just following instructions. Right? They're not thinking about it. They're not analyzing. They're not trying to determine what's right to do. They're literally just following the instructions that they are given. And I was like, are you following instructions, girl? Like, did you follow any instructions? And I came to the realization that I be analyzing instructions. Like, I'm trying to determine, is the instruction right? And what everybody else has said. Right? Like, is this really the instruction? Should I do it this way? And how did other people do it? Because they got the instruction, but how did they do it? As opposed to just follow the instructions, my girl. So that is what I learned last week. I was like, baby, I am following the instructions. I am not using my brain. That's what happens when you're too smart. When you're too smart, when you've been academically gifted your whole life, analyzing you the AP classes, honors, magna cum, summa cum. Okay. You want to analyze instructions and you don't just follow it. And people who are not of this mindset, they're not doing all that. They literally was like, did you say 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1? That's it.
Yes.
So that's
look, and this is the piggyback off of that, because I think this came in that same conversation. Do the cringe thing that is included in the instructions.
Mm-hmm.
Because part of the analyzing is, how will I look doing this?
Mm-hmm. Worried about your perception.
Hello. And I feel like I'm a little crazy doing this. However, it has been proven that the results say if you do that thing, you will get the results that you desire. So even if it feels cringe, do the cringe thing if it's a part of the steps. You got to be more focused on the results that you know, or the steps that you know are going to get you the desired results. You got to focus on the results. Don't worry about analyzing the steps, thinking about how you look during the steps, because it's already been proven that doing those steps will get you there. And I will say that is something that I absolutely struggle with, because I want to do things in a way that not only that I would do it, but in a way that I'm comfortable doing it. And, you know, we talk a lot about vulnerability and the different ways that it shows up kind of even in your professional life. And especially if you're, you know, tapping into like digital marketing or trying to reach people, reach an audience that you don't really know. You think about all the things that you actually say about other people when you watch videos, and you assume that people are going to say the same thing about you. However, what you are missing out on are the videos that you watch that you're like, ooh, that was good. Well, there may be someone who thinks that that same video is cringe. However, if you're able to get benefit from it, then you don't care what the rest of the people have to say. You have to understand that there is an audience out there for you too that says, I don't care what anybody says that is cringe. I know that I need this information. But it's a hard leap to get from, you know, doing the steps, even if it feels cringe, to just like putting it out there and not caring what other people have to say.
Yeah, like, and also sometimes, again, when you're a thinker, you feel like it's too simple. Like you just want me to talk about why I did it. There got to be some more to this. Like that's it.
That's it.
Like, oh, okay. You just want me to tell people what I learned today. That something ain't right about that. Like it got to be more than no, just follow the instructions. That's it.
And it goes to belief, right? Like if you believe that it won't work, then you won't do it. So then it won't work.
Yep. That's why I told Tawanda this week. I said I am on a whole nother level with taking my social media seriously, because there are women just like me making $500,000 or more. And I said, what if every post is $1,000? What if every post is a potential of $1,000 dropping in the bank account? How serious would you take? What would your belief be if you knew every post was $1,000? Gravy showing up completely different. So that's what I'm on. Instructions, show up, done.
I love y'all so much. What I feel like I heard you guys say, which I need a reminder of, and I realize so much I say it, but just hearing you guys talk through it, like it really is that. Like every single time I talk about, you know, there is complexity and simplicity. Like the thing that you deem simple is actually very complex. So just get yourself to actually do it, so that like the muscle gets built. And follow the instructions. I'm on the same wave with social media, because I know how much I don't like social media. But then to your point, like the message is greater than the circumstance, baby girl. And the circumstances that you need dollars. You need dollars. You got people to take, and you got a life to live, boo boo. Because we're here for a short time, trying to make it a good time. For me, I learned get out the house. Get out of the house, like literally the house of your mental, like your like your mental, like this house of your brain.
No, Z, you remember what I was talking about Beyonce house song?
Yeah,
that's what she's talking about. Continue, girl. Continue.
Okay, good job, Beyonce. I said it first. But yeah, just getting out of my own head, and because again, simplicity is complexity, and also too, just because you know better don't mean you do better, especially for yourself. And like just again building that muscle, like doing it anyway. And yesterday was the 15th year anniversary of the tragic earthquake in Haiti, and I was back home in Haiti 2 years ago for a conference of like Haitian diasporans and like Haitian people coming together to talk about all the amazing work that they're doing, that of course never gets put in media. And I was just feeling very, you know, reflective around the times and stuff like that, messaging folks and people talking about, you know, we'll never forget, and where were you during the time of the earthquake, blah, blah, blah. But I was about to not leave the house, and then I decided like, no, leave the house. And I've been asking I want more community. I want more like-minded community. I went to like an African hair threading workshop, which is why I have like these two threads in the front of my head. And as soon as I got there, within 10 minutes, I ended up meeting 3 Haitian women. I have not met any Haitian people while being here, like ever in the last 6 years, coming back and forth. And it was amazing. And then right after that, I went to a grand opening of an event and then met someone who is Afro-American, who was a part of like the 500 people who got like their dual citizenship like 2 weeks ago. And we're just chatting up a storm. It was just amazing. So I just met so many amazing people, so much amazing community. Somebody said they even wanted to talk to me about like my business, which I thought was like crazy cool. And I was like, get out the house, like do exactly what you say you need to do in terms of taking care of yourself, and it will come to you. Like what you need will truly come to you. And it really did, like all day yesterday while reflecting and meeting people from home. Oh, it was great. Leave the house. Get out your house. This house.
I love it. Listen. So Beyonce has a song. So I have, my word for the year is chosen. And I created a playlist called Chosen. And it has a basis of songs in it, mostly from Beyonce. These are the songs that I used to create my goals for the year. Like I literally was dancing to a playlist, and every song that like really raised my level of energy, I saved it to the playlist, right? So the very first song on the playlist is called House. It's a song by Beyonce that she released at the end of her Renaissance tour, right? And in the song, she talks about, I grew up in this house. I blew up in this house, right? And so I was telling Z that when I listen to that song, I think about the versions of Inez, right? Mm-hmm. And how the first version of Inez is the most pure version of me. Like that's the one I grew up and blew up in, right? I was doing all the things. I was no inhibitions, no doubt, no fear, no procrastination, no hesitation, none of that, right? Version 2 of Inez is still the version of today, right? Where I hit a lot of life challenges, hit a lot of things unexpectedly, had a lot of hardships, had to figure stuff out, started failing when I had never felt failing before, right? And so when I listen to that song, I'm moving into Inez 3.0, which I think is going to be the best version, because like that's going to be the one who knows about 1, has experienced 2, and can really move through both of that, right? Has the strength of 2, right? But has the inhibition of 1. And so when I listen to that song and she talks about, if you get up out of my house, I grew up in this house, I blew up in this house. And if you don't like this, then get the F up out of my house. I'm talking about version number 2. She got to get up out of my house, okay? Because 1 and 3 about to be running the show. So I just told Wanda that last week. So when you said that, get out your house, I was like, yes, your house.
Yes.
Get on out. So yes.
I love it. It's amazing.
All right. So we have our goals from last week. How we do last week?
Well. Darling.
Let me tell you, I was killing it last week, okay? I was killing it. I applied to 3 different jobs. I wanted to do 3 to 5. I did 3. I was working in public. I was teaching stuff I know. I was creating every day. I did not submit all my financial hardship documentation, but I submitted a good amount of it. Okay. I got quotes to get our bathroom renovated. I was dancing every day. Now I went to bed not every day, but a good majority of days. So I was on top of it. I was on top of it last week. I'm trying to keep the momentum going this week. This weekend I got through both of my children's heads. They are looking so cute. I was like, that wasn't even on my to-do. It was on my weekly goals, but it should have been, because that's a 3-day project. Okay. So yes, I was doing all right for myself.
I had a strong week. I didn't get to complete the tasks, but I did make significant progress on all of my social media plans. I did do the follow-up things. Now I haven't heard from the people that I followed up with, but it's off my list. I didn't get a chance to do my project breakout hours. So that's at the top of the list this week. I meal prepped. Last week was a really, really, really strong week food-wise. I had food at the house and I ate the food that was at the house. Wow. And it was all clean meals. So that was really good. And I worked out 6 out of 7 days.
Listen, my husband's like, Inez, your friend is out here working out. What you doing?
Come on.
He was like, I was like, oh. Somebody, she doing 75 strong, honey. She working it out. Like, he was like,
two-stepping yesterday. I feel like I got 2 workouts in because my buns is on fire today. So I'm gonna count that as out 7 days because I did 2 and 1 yesterday. But yeah, last week was a pretty strong week.
I love it.
Wow. I'm a little like half and half. I definitely was dancing. I think I danced like 3 days out of the week, and then I did like 1 trap cardio at the house, so like 4 out of 7. So we need to maintain or increase. Tea, definitely was drinking my teas every day, and doing language learning stuff for my self-care. Content creation. Yeah, no.
Like, you on mute. That's why I looked up. I'm like, wait a minute.
Like, what happened?
Child, you were like,
yeah, no, but I keep recording a bunch of content to post.
Well, that is content creation.
That is okay. I created stuff, but ain't posting nothing.
Okay,
So
well,
I need to post. I need to post things. I need to get back on. Is Buffer still free?
Yeah.
Is Buffer still a thing? Is this a thing?
Yeah.
Okay, I need to get my behind on Buffer because I just need to just batch like the next month or something to just finish. Connection calls and follow-ups with referrals and contract. I followed up with a whole bunch of people. I actually have 2 conversations this week for contract work, one of which is today. Pray for May. Deep dive into UX and UX research and like self-work. I did a bit, but I could do some more. I fasted from Thursday to Sunday. I did that. It was hard, but not as hard as I thought. I was actually pretty okay. So I can't wait to do it again.
You fasted from when?
Thursday to Sunday.
Wow,
so 72 day fast. Because I just had 2 friends do a 21-day fast.
And you only drink water. Like, what's that fast consist of?
Oh, well, yeah, them is specifically like water and coconut oil, like I'm so coconut water, because for electrolytes and stuff like that. For me, I was like, I'm doing water, coconut water, water infused with sea moss, like another way to like blend it up, of course, to like again get electrolytes. And then if I was craving anything, I'll just put salt on the tip of my tongue or honey on the tip of my tongue, and tea. So that's all I could have. So basically like a liquid fast. And it wasn't bad because I'm only really eating once or twice a day while I'm here and in general. So I needed something to challenge myself more. So yeah, 2 friends did two 21-day fast, and another friend is doing she's literally every single week fasting for 5 days and eating for 2 days.
Ooh,
in the last 2 months, she's lost like 25 pounds while working out. Wow, and stuff like that. And she's also injured. Like her foot is injured, and she's still trying to like, because she's trying to like not gain weight while she's injured as well, but losing weight that she gained. So I'm just like, okay. So yeah, I think I'm gonna do it again. I'm gonna do it twice. I'm gonna do 3-day fast twice a month, or maybe do something every week. I think it was really good for me. And then I did finally submit poetry to a magazine for publication. So that was
cool.
Yeah.
Good job. Good job.
Yeah, so yeah, it was a pretty good week. The things that I think I'm like I need to get my mind together. The content creation is the part that I'm like, I need to stop playing games. But yeah, we'll get to that. But yeah, that was last week.
Oh, hold on, let me put this. I'm writing down my stuff for today, y'all, which is basically gonna be pretty much a lot of the same as last week. So as we're writing down our goals for this coming week, I want to talk about how to set realistic weekly goals, right? What are the things? Now, we've been doing an accountability call for a long time. We on 64, right? And I feel like when we first started this journey, a lot of times we were setting goals and we would get one done, setting goals, and we get one done. And then like now we're at a place where, we are getting 4 to 5 of them done, right? So what are some of the things that we have learned on this journey of how to set realistic weekly goals? Because the goal is not just to set the goal is actually do it, right? Because inevitably, in some way, this is some step toward a larger goal that you have, right? And also, I know there were times where we were like, there's a lot of other things that can creep up on your plate, right? Yep. Like things just showing up like, oh, I didn't even know I was gonna have to do that. So, but I think at this stage, there's a lot less of that. So I don't know if that is from us or where we are in our life, or the way we've structured our lives and the way we structured our goals to be able to still get the things done even when stuff creeps up. So what are some things that y'all would share to someone about setting realistic weekly goals?
I think the biggest one is to not be afraid to create small goals. We are all overachievers, type A's over here. And so the goals are big. And we've talked about this on previous calls, but a lot of times we set even our weekly goal lists based off of our intellectual capability and not our mental capacity. And the difference in that being, you are intellectually capable of doing everything that your brain comes up with. However, the many things that are on your to-do list tax you, they tax your brain. And sometimes it's things that's not even on your to-do list, like having to drive and pick kids up from school, et cetera, et cetera. Right. And so that limits your mental capacity, the amount of things that you're able to handle. Your intellectual capabilities are endless, but your mental capacity is finite. So you only have a specific amount of mental capacity that you can use to set goals. And I think we've gotten better at thinking about the small pieces that's going to get us to the big goal. And so we no longer come here on this call with the big goal on Monday and then be upset because we didn't complete it. I mean, even Eve, today you were talking about you didn't do your content creation, when in reality you did create the content, you just didn't post the content. So we've gotten better at breaking our goals down into the smaller pieces when we're looking at our week over week goals, and not just think about project completion, right? It's about what are the steps that we have to take.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. Like these to-do lists used to be like 11, 12, 13 things. Okay. We have restricted our to-do list to no more than about 5. If you got more than 5, it better be a self-care goal. Like, it better be something that's just gonna get you together. Because to get to all them 5, you're gonna need to be together. Okay. Like, right. So I love that. And I think it really has helped, because to Z's point, the capability is 11, but the capacity is 4. Okay. It's 4. Yep. I would say one of the things I think that I've learned when it comes to setting realistic weekly goals is to include the self-care as a goal. Right? Because I will say pre-children, pre-motherhood, self-care was not on my goals. It was never on my to-do list for the day. Right? I was doing the things that needed to get done for work, for travel, for my business. Like, it was never like go to bed, right? Meditate, work out was never on the list. Like, and so I think one of the biggest things for me is you have to include the self-care as a reminder to do it, and as a indicator for you that is just as much a priority as the other things, right? Also, the self-care piece is going to be the thing that gives you the energy, the mental capacity, and the strength to do the other 4 or 3 on your list. So if you just load your list with, faith, with family stuff, or, work stuff or business stuff, and you don't include it on there, it gives you no cushion, right? There's no cushion in there to take care of yourself on the journey to achieving those things. So now I love how we've structured our weekly goals, and that, like, we got to have at least 1 or 2 things on there that is just take care of you, period. Like, that's it. That's all. What is going to allow you to be able to be the person to be able to get these goals done and just take care of you on that journey during the week?
Yes, all of that.
Eve?
Mine is, if somebody keeps showing up on your weekly to-do list every week, it might be a goal instead of a task, if that makes sense. So you need to break it down a little bit more, because at some point you end up feeling frustrated about like, why am I not doing something? And again, to the point that we just made, I was like, content creation / posting. I created, I didn't post. So just having that, like, first of all, that grace within yourself, to sit back and be like, okay, I find a lot of ease doing this thing in regards to this task, but the second step, it's not too sexy. Like, what support do I need? So even with mine, I'm like reconsidering that. It's like, I need to schedule time to co-work with someone, and the only thing I'm doing is posting. You know what I mean? Like, that needs to be the goal, because my bulls know when I say I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do it. If I'm not doing it, then we need another strategy, because oh my god. So yeah, that's what I would say for that.
I completely agree with that. Like, that's huge, huge, huge. Is to just be aware of how something is continuing to show up there, and it's really a goal. It's not a task, and you got to break it down. Like, that's big. I was thinking about that this weekend, because I was doing heads, and I was just watching video after video on my course and my masterclass and on YouTube. And this one content creator, she was like, when it comes to content creation, you do not need motivation, you need discipline, right? You do not need strategy, you need a schedule. I said, like, you need a schedule. She said, if you wanted to be your full-time job, the same way you have a schedule for your job, you need a schedule for your content creation. She was like, every morning when I get up, I'm a morning person. I know I'm a morning person. So I create my content as soon as I get up. So all of her videos are get ready with me. She's talking about whatever she's talking about around content creation. She doing her hair, she doing her makeup. She like, put it in the schedule. Like, so it gets to the point where if you're not doing it, it's like, oh, this is weird, because I'm actually getting ready. I'm not recording. Right. So like that piece of, like, you don't need a strategy, you need a schedule, right? Get on the co-working, get on the whatever it is. So anytime you on the co-working call, you post the content, period. Right. Like, so that is one of the things that's on my list of things to do this week. On my goals for the week is create a schedule for both my digital marketing and my real estate, so that it seamlessly fits into my life. And she also was talking about breaking it up, Eve, to your point. Like, there's a day for editing, there's a day for recording, there's a day for captions, there's a day for responding to people. Like, break it up. Don't try to do all at one time, because you're gonna be burnt out. I was like, correct, and burnt out. Like, and it's too much. It's too much.
I think something we picked up on before, and you kind of touched on this a little bit, Inez, was including the things that you have to do on your task list for the week, right? Like, if you know that this is going to be a heavy week at your kid's school where you have to go and volunteer for PTA, or you know there's an after school activity that you need to take the kids to, put that on your to-do list, because that is actually eating up some of the time that in your mind you think you could be doing something else, when in reality you can't. And it helps you to feel better about your accomplishments from the week before, because you knew that you needed to do it. You put it on your task list. You actually did it. So you give yourself credit, because a lot of times whenever we weren't accomplishing our goals for the week, it's like, well, I know you were busy. What were you doing?
Right.
I
should have put it on your list.
Why didn't you put it on the list? Exactly. Put it on the list. So, you got to give yourself the win, the flowers that you deserve for the things that you are actually accomplishing. So that way you can be realistic about what can be accomplished during the week. This might be a week where you have one business goal, one personal care goal, and 3 life goals, right? Correct. Because you're having to do housework, you're having to do things with the kids, or you got to support family members, or maybe you're even traveling. Okay.
Yes.
All of those things. Yeah. Again, we talk about mental capacity. All those things are eating up your mental capacity. So make sure you include those things on your list too.
That's good. That is good, because that's building up your confidence in yourself. And confidence is really your ability to trust yourself that you will do what you say you're going to do for you. Right? Like, that's what that's building. Your ability to trust that if I say I'm going to do something, for me, or if I'm saying I'm gonna do it. And what can cut that is when you say you're gonna do something, but you didn't add what you really had to do.
Right.
So now you're like, well, I didn't do what I said I was gonna do. Well, girl, you couldn't do that anyway. like, so stop. So that's really good. That's a huge one, especially for the mamas. Okay, especially for the people who is juggling people that you created. Okay, baby, leave that, add it on there because it's work.
Put it on the list.
Put it on the list. Okay. So what's on y'all's list for this week?
I have client plans. So right now I have 3 clients plus my own self I include as a client because there's some things for myself I need to be doing. So I'm including that as one goal, even though it's really 5, but whatever. I'm just saying they all have to get done. Mm-hmm. We plan on releasing some merch this week, at least finalizing which hoodies we're going to use.
Y'all better be releasing.
I mean, it's going to be a soft launch. So like the inner circle will be to purchase. But I mean, getting it produced and out to people and paid for, that counts. That is releasing.
Yes.
So also I need to do my 2025 budget. Probably should have already done it because we are already in 2025.
Yes.
How's it ever?
Add that to the list because you're right.
It is getting done this week. Okay. It is getting done. I need to understand all the people that I owe money. So that as I'm calling in the money, I know where it's going. Okay. So 2025 budget. And then my last 2 meal prep and 75 strong workouts. I am calling in 2 rockstar interns. Let's be very clear. They need to be rock stars, okay? 2 rockstar interns, another $50K contract. I didn't write down another, but it's another, okay? Because one has already been secured, okay?
Yes.
50K plus.
Yes.
That plus on there too. I'm still calling in debt cancellation because my God, it has to go.
Yes.
And successful merch launch. Calling that in.
Yes.
Oh, and one thing I didn't share this at the beginning, but I definitely woke up in a little bit of a panic because adulthood is so ghetto. Okay, it's very ghetto. Buy a house, they say, but all the things that happen when you buy a house, so something's going on with my HVAC unit. My downstairs heat does not work. Like, it be cold down here. I'm like, what is going on? I thought I had a brain fart because I could have just turned the temperature up, but I did turn the temperature up and it's still cold. So, and I was just like, between the bill last month, how much it was, which was astronomical, and the fact that I'm going to have to get a repair, I was just like, this is too much going on. And I started to stress and I started to panic. Just for a split moment, but I did my little meditation to calm myself down. And what came to me is that I got to keep working. I have to keep working. And so my phrase now is I'm working on a miracle.
Woo! Yes.
I'm not waiting on one. Okay.
Yes. I'm working
on one.
Right. Yes.
So when it comes, I'm ready, but I'm working in the meantime. So I'm working on a miracle because that debt cancellation, that adulthood ghetto, and fixing all of the things that some adult's supposed to step in and handle, but apparently it's me.
Right. Apparently it's you. Oh, this is so real. So real, child. Oh, it's the most ghetto of all places. Woo, crazy that we ran to get here, child. Goodbye.
I mean, I saw a post that said, I just wanted to be grown so I could cuss and have sex. And when I tell you, baby, that was it. That's all I wanted.
Honestly, I need that.
I need that. Okay. But the rest came with it. So y'all stop. Don't be cussing. Don't be having sex.
Right. Exactly. There to go.
It ain't worth it.
It ain't worth it. Like, it ain't worth it. Oh Lord.
I can't with y'all.
My goals for the week are basically the same thing as last week. I need to apply to 3-5 jobs. I need to work in public, teach something, and create every day. I need to submit my final hardship documents and some loan documents. I'm gonna dance daily. I'm gonna take care of myself and go to bed by 11 o'clock. I'm also gonna put on here and have Z wake me up.
For a small fee, you too can be on the Zanisha wake up call list.
Right, exactly. And then I have create the schedule and the standards for digital marketing, real estate. And I just added, I'm already on 6, but I'm adding number 7, 2025 budget on there because I do need to do that. Yeah, these are the things that we get done, child. We're going the same thing as last week. Okay.
Hold on, time out.
What?
I feel like post accountability call last week, you experienced some wins just in a shift in your perspective based off of having a conversation with a certain group of people.
You did. I did.
Okay, so I feel like there's some lessons in that. I feel like it'd be appropriate for you to share.
I did. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Give us something. I know the part you want to share, but put something on the table for the people.
So what I will say is, so last week my husband and I went and visited our new family friends, as I call them, where the kids meet and then the people become friends. And I'm on a journey of I would say adding more people to my inner circle who are way further ahead than me on this financial freedom, wealth building journey. And they're there. Okay. They like there. So we having a conversation with them. We over there sharing all our woes, like all the things. This ain't working in real estate. This ain't working in this. And just in being in the room with somebody who is way further ahead than you, honey, they will make your woes sound like, okay, well, this is all you gotta do. Like they is just very little. I remember me and Z was talking about, I was talking about, my amount of debt. I was like, this is too much debt. Like, this is too much debt. I had all this debt from real estate. And then I found out one of my mentors, when she went bankrupt, when she decided she wanted to do bankruptcy, she had like $10 million in debt. And I was like, so in being in the room last week, I was just like, yo, like there are strategies that I could have not even thought of. There are answers, there are solutions that my mind in its current state could not even think of, because I am so far from where they are, right? And so it's so important to just get in the room with people who are way further ahead than you, right? Like there is your team of people who are going on the journey with you, and then you got to have people on way further ahead in your circle, like who have what you want already, right? Who are the people who have what you want already? Have you talked to them about your problems, right? Have you talked to them about what you're worried about, so that they can really put it in perspective for you and also provide you with solutions that you could not think of because you just have not been on this journey yet. And that is the breakthrough we had. Is like, we were like, oh, wait, what? So there's a possibility for us to, and if you've been on this journey, I've been struggling with this real estate property forever. At this point, we just like, we getting rid of it. They done opened up an opportunity. Like, not only can you keep the joint, right? You can get somebody else to pay for the work you need to do, keep it, rent it out, and still reap the rewards for years to come. And we like, what? Who knew that was even an option? Like, how you go from like, all right, so we're not gonna have that property. We're gonna just have our property here, and we're gonna have one real estate property, to the potential of having 3. It's just crazy.
Hallelujah.
So get to some people in your life, in your circle, in your inner circle. And that's the thing, not just people that you know of, but people that you're willing to be vulnerable with.
Yes.
That's your inner circle. You're willing to share the hardship that you're in, the uncomfortable things. He was talking about getting uncomfortable. Get uncomfortable with them. Share what's uncomfortable. Be real, and allow them to show you the light. Because baby, they put that light at the end of that tunnel. I was like, there you go.
Yes. That I always say, if you can change your perspective, you can change your performance.
Ooh.
Okay. Now, it's not even so it works on both sides, just widening your perspective. So to that point, Inez, you made me think of so when I woke up in the 3:00 in the morning in a panic about this my HVAC unit not working. I have a homeboy, I have 2 homeboys, and we are like very locked in. And anytime I'm up in the middle of the night and they see me online, they be like, ma'am, what is going on? Like, check in. What? Because you don't be up in the middle of the night. That's Inez, not Zanitra, right? Yeah. Inez is a middle of the night person. So, and I'm telling him my woes again, and I'm asking him like, what are you doing up in the middle of the night? And he's like, I have a lot of things that I have to, a lot of decisions that I got to make. And I'm like, but you gonna get it done, right? And he was like, sis, I don't know. And I'm like, well, what is it? Let's talk about it. And he shared with me that he lost his home in the LA fire. Now, I've been talking to this man for a whole week and had no idea. And so not only did he lose his home, but his wife's parents, grandparents, their family unit also lost their home. And this is while he is in another home that he owns in another state. But he has to figure out not only where's him and his wife going to live, but also his in-laws. And so that shift in perspective made me call the HVAC company.
Come on, because listen, you're in your house.
Because I'm in a house.
You're in your house.
I'm in my house. Right? And so having people that helps you just kind of take your blinders off, because you be so locked in on what your little problems are, that there is either a solution or at least a perspective that lets you know that your problems ain't that bad.
Yeah,
that it's figure outable. Okay, you can get to a solution. So you got to have your circle of people that can help you expand your perspective, because it punched me in the chest. It punched me in the chest because in my head, I didn't know anyone who had lost, their home. I had some friends who had to evacuate, and some friends who are pretty close but haven't had to evacuate yet. But I didn't realize that someone that was, this isn't a best friend of mine, but this is someone I'm very, very friendly and fond of, had experienced such loss. You know what I mean? So if you change your perspective, it will automatically change your performance. So if you feel like you're in a rut and you can't figure out a solution, if you feel like it's a dead end, baby, you need to talk to some more people, because there is a solution somewhere.
That's the truth. Girl, that is the truth. That makes me think about in December, I was in a really bad space in December because I was like, financially, I'm not where I want to be, and I'm down in the bottom, and I'm considering bankruptcy and all these things. And I ain't been to church in forever. Okay, I might watch it online. I went to church with my mother and my daughters in a funk. Got there, and they were doing this program where they were giving to a family who had been a victim of gun violence. So this woman gets on the stage, and he was like, he was talking about, this woman, lost her husband, blah, 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 to gun violence. And immediately you think about, like, what could it be? Like, child, this woman walks up on the stage with her 5 sons and talks about how her and her 2 sons, her husbands, were sitting at the gas station getting gas. And somebody just came and shot up the gas station for no reason. And not only did she lose her husband, but her son got shot too. And he lived. Her youngest son got shot too. And he lived. And I sat in that church and I cried and I stood up because I was just like, girl, you worried about the money. When you got your husband and your children, your brother and his girlfriend and your mama and your father, your family is good. They're alive and well. Like, they're here in your house. That gave me so much perspective during the holidays. It was just like, girl, be present. Snap out of it. Be present in this holiday time, because a lot of people have had a lot of loss. And in this holiday time, they are sitting in the loss, the real loss, right? And it's real. Like, so I was just like, whoa. And baby, when I tell you I shifted completely, my Christmas was completely different because of that experience. Because it was just like, this woman is now raising 5 boys without her husband.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so I was just like, yo, focus. To Z's point, like, find somebody. Go look around. Look to the left, look to the right. Like, it is a reminder of just how blessed you are. Even in this season, it doesn't take away from your season, but it also gives you another perspective on just how blessed you are, regardless.
Yes. Yes.
So, ladies, my word for the week is going to be chosen.
Wait, we got to get Eve's goals. Did we get your goals for the week, Eve?
Oh, sweet baby G's.
Okay, yes.
So, mine is real quick. Mine's gonna be self-care, dance, tea, language. So drinking tea every day, picking up, deep diving on languages I know every day, working on dancing every day, content posting, specifically meet up with a friend to consistently and perfectly post on LinkedIn or YouTube for at least an hour this week, follow-ups, at least two contracts secured and 3 more referrals, deep dive on UX research and self-work, and that is to refine workshop ideas and keynotes, and create a 1-pager, and open an option for people to get coaching by me. Yeah, and same thing, calling in my next 100K plus contract, easing getting work done for my property, getting another property on the next flight, bringing up hard stuff in therapy, debt cancellation.
Yes. Amen.
Eve, thank you for that. Because you said calling in your next 100K contract. Why did I write down 50K when I've already gotten 100K?
Yeah, what was that?
Thank you for that. I'm changing that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no.
But thank you.
Yes.
Man.
No.
Let's go.
Yes. 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 So anybody standing on another word, on a new word, our word for the week. We do our word for the week. Anybody standing on a new word for the week? What was our word last week? Chosen, ease, and collaboration.
I think my word this week is discipline.
Mm-hmm.
And discipline meaning doing what I said I was going to do. Like, there's no reason to not, because I've gotten to the point where I am making achievable goals, okay, realistic goals. Why, if I'm not completing them, why? So, and it's probably due to a lack of discipline. So, discipline is going to be my word of the week.
I'm sticking with chosen because I feel like that energy is what got me to getting everything done last week. Like, literally, I was in the chosen energy every day. I had Beyonce workout. I was 5, 6, 7, 8. Like, it was up there. So I'm like, I feel like I'm the type of person that as long as I can keep my energy up, it keeps my mindset up, and it will keep me on task. But when my energy drops and I start to thinking about everything as opposed to just being who I know God made me, okay, then that's when I get caught up and stuck. So I'm gonna just stay in my chosen energy, one who is the object of choice, of divine power, selected as the best and most appropriate one.
I'm gonna stick with the word of the year is overflow, so forever overflow. But I think I'm gonna stick with collaboration this week because I need more collaborative sessions with people, or need to lean into collaboration to get stuff done.
That's what we were just talking about, collaborating. Find some other people to talk to. Help you get perspective, all the things. If you are watching the replay, baby, put some takeaway in the comments. What did you learn today, my friend? What did you learn today? What is your takeaway? What are you going to do in order to set realistic goals? What's your word for the week? And drop your goals in there, okay? We will help to hold you accountable to the things. We will be back next Monday. And all I got to say is, ooh, ooh.